Hi everybody. So what we have here is a worksheet representing a number of different reps selling their different tours over the months and so forth, and we have their monthly totals along the side. We've got monthly totals along the bottom, commissions, bonuses, and things like that. One thing that you should know how to do very well is editing your formulas. Now, it's one thing if you type in a formula, it's all wrong, and you just start over again. That's fine. And you'll probably do that probably 99% of the time. But if you've got some more complicated formulas where they're a little bit lengthy, and you've only made one little mistake in there, there's no reason to trash it and start over versus just going in there and tweaking it, you know, changing this or changing that and moving on, you know, with it. So I'm going to kind of focus on that portion of editing, all right, because I think all of you would know how to just retype a formula. Even though we haven't done formulas yet with the videos, the upcoming videos, you're going to see plenty of that. But what I want to do here is show you how you edit these things, because this is a good tool, good technique to know how to do. So what's happened here is if you look at row 9, 10, 11, and 12, all four of these rows, all those formulas are all wrong in some degree, all right? And we need to fix them. Now, the first one on row 9, this is pretty obvious because the machine has caught on that there might be something wrong. The program says, I think there might be something amiss here on this formula, this one, and this one. You can tell that by the way of seeing that little green wedgie in the corner. Now, when you see that, it doesn't always mean it's wrong. It just, the program just thinks that there's something that is missing, or there's just something wrong overall. There's a lot of reasons for it coming up. You'll see in other videos this appearing and how we fix it. But in this situation, we say, okay, I don't know. Well, one thing before we even get into this, the total is 60,000 for that row, but for some reason, Beavis alone is 67. That can't be. I mean, there's no way. It has to be a lot more than 60,000. So when you go to this little smart tag, this little yellow smart tag, and you click onto it, it says there that the formula omits adjacent cells, meaning that it hasn't included everything. Well, what's happened is that if you look at the formula here, it's doing, or it's adding up, it's summing up B3 through B6. So here's B3, B4, B5, B6. Well, what about B7 and B8? Now, it might be in your particular situation that these are completely different calculations. These aren't really people. They are maybe subtotals of some sort or some other type of calculation, and you don't want to include those two in with the actual total of the column. And if that's the case, then what you would tell the machine is, hey, you know, ignore the error, and by doing that, then the green wedgie goes away. But in our case, there is something wrong. We did, in fact, forget to put in Beavis and Chan, or Can here. So what we have is the fact that we need to fix that. So you can either go up here and change the B6 by just clicking up there, B6, and changing that to B8, or what will be a lot easier is tell it, hey, sure, update the formula to include the cells. So we'll go ahead and we'll click onto that. There it goes, it's fixed. It's included now, B8. The green wedgie goes away, and then we can go ahead, bottom right-hand corner, copy that all the way across, fixes it right up. Now, the rest of these aren't being marked off by the computer, so we can't assume that they're okay, because I don't know. You did 161,000 in sales. I don't think it's fair that we shell out 145,000 in commission. All right. So when we click on that cell, you'll notice up on the formula bar, it says it's multiplying the total times 0.9, which is 90%. I think what we meant was 0.09, so we forgot to put the 0 in there, right? So what we would do, one way, would be to go up under the formula bar here, click right in there. Now, if you don't get between the period and the 9, maybe you end up over here, just use your arrow keys like that, left or right arrow key, and you can get yourself right there at the point in the 9, and that's when we would type in the 0. Perfect. Enter that in. There it goes. And we'll take that one, we'll copy that all the way across. All right. Now the bonus, again, another situation, 80% on that one, right? Now what we're going to do here is we're going to double click the cell. Makes it a lot bigger, as if we were still in there putting together for the first time. Get ourselves positioned between that point and the 8, arrow keys or just your mouse. Put the 0 in there, enter it in, and we go ahead and copy that all the way across. All right. And the last one is just adding up these two numbers, which are a far cry from 174,000. So now we've got another technique, and that is we're going to point to the cell with the formula, double click it. You can either double click it, or if you're on the cell, you can hit the F2 key. Either one will do the same thing. Now, you could go in there very easily and change the 9 to a 10, because we want to add up the commission and the bonus, not the total and the bonus, right? So you can do that. That's not a problem. But if you want to have another way of doing it, I'm going to show you. And just imagine maybe if this formula had a number of other cells involved. Maybe there's maybe 4 or 5 more cells, and maybe like 3 of them were all off, all right? Well, it might be a little difficult to kind of manage, figure out where they're supposed to be and typing in that new number or new column number, especially, towards the end of the day or something. So instead, what you can do is, if you look at the fact that the B9, the blue here, is represented by the blue box, and the red here of B11 is this red box, all right? Now what we want to do is basically get this box moved down to here. And we can do that by moving it. So if you get anywhere on the sides where you get that little crosshair, little black crosshair, you hold down the mouse, you drag it down, plop, just like that. You'll see now it changed the B9 to a B10. That's what we wanted. And if you can imagine maybe 2 or 3 more that were like this, you can move those back and forth very quickly, very easily. And then once you've got everything in place, you hit the enter key. Now, try not to get in the habit, okay, of using like the clicking of your mouse, like clicking it away somewhere to replace entering it. Because if you, like right where we're at, if you were to take your mouse and just kind of maybe click over here, I'll just say I'll click here, all right? Because I want to enter it in, right? So I click there. What happens? Well, I guess it added up okay. At that time it worked. But sometimes what happens is when you do that, it will pick up, it'll pick up on the fact that you want to change the B11 to a D12 or whatever you clicked onto. It didn't happen this time, but sometimes it does. And I'm just trying to tell you this to kind of break you of that habit. So when you're in the mode, you've gotten done editing it, then what you want to do is you always want to either hit the enter key, okay, or if you want to use your mouse, you can hit the little check mark up here. Either one will put it in there for you, all right? And then from there, we can go ahead, copy this across, and get it all fixed up. So there we go. So that is how, or those are the techniques involved in editing your formula. So hopefully you can use this on your own worksheets. So thank you for watching the video, and take care.